So the Call of Duty Vanguard trailer released, and I'm going to be straight honest with you guys, I am not too big of a fan of that specific trailer. I mean, I know there's already going to be tons of people in the comment section of this video right here saying, JB, you're so stupid, how dare you not like a trailer? And same thing with yesterday's video, I gave my own personal opinion on the trailer saying I didn't like it, and once again, JB, how dare you don't like this trailer? You are forced to like this. My God, bro. People are absolutely insane. Look, it's a CGI trailer. There was like 3 gameplay moments that lasted less than a second in that trailer. Everything was scripted CGI footage. If you were to fail on a trailer like that, seriously, with a budget, a AAA development team budget, then, I mean, you don't deserve to be making video games. So, you can't judge a trailer off of a CGI trailer. You know, you have to wait until the official gameplay comes out. So, again, I understand that people did enjoy it, but respect others' opinions, please, in the comments section. Not everybody enjoyed looking at that. Some people want legitimate gameplay, and maybe people just don't care for the time period in general, you know? Everybody is based off their own opinions. But I did state in yesterday's video that I'm not going to completely judge the campaign just yet. Like I said, off of a trailer like that, it's nearly impossible to judge 110%. I just gave my first initial impressions, and that's all. So when more information comes out for the trailer and more gameplay, more footage and stuff like that, I'll discuss it a little bit more in depth. I just want to see real gameplay, not a pre-scripted gameplay, you know what I'm saying? But what we can talk about today is actual multiplayer gameplay. More features for the multiplayer scene have been released over on Twitter. And I believe on Sunday there will be a little snippet of gameplay of multiplayer. So I am going to be covering that on Sunday, but for now, there's not too much to cover besides the information that they released to us. And I know the Call of Duty franchise as a whole is getting a lot of horrible feedback about their games, but I can't help but give props to Sledgehammer Games. Again, I know I'm going to get hate for this. I always will. But that's just what comes with, you know, you stating opinions that other people don't agree with. It's just going to piss them off. And I change opinions a lot about a lot of things, so I'm going to piss off a lot of people. Oh well, I'm going to say it anyways. Sledgehammer Games is surprisingly really listening to us this year. And again, it's strange because I'm not used to this type of behavior from developers. Usually, Treyarch or Infinity Ward, they just completely ignore everything that we have to say, or they just straight up say, no, we're not listening to anything that you got to say about it. It happened multiple times. We asked them in Black Ops 4 to change the time to kill. They told us to screw off. You know, in Modern Warfare, we told them to remove doors and change other features about that game. Told us to screw off. You know how long it took them to change the minimap just to where it is today? It took them months to get it to there. We had to force them to change the minimap. It's insane. But for the first time in ages, to be completely honest with you, I truly can't remember the last time that leaked information was information that we've complained about for the full year. But for the first time, all the information that's coming out about Call of Duty Vanguard's multiplayer are things that we complained about. Complaints throughout the whole life cycle or the lifespan of Modern Warfare. Just to start it off, because I know that when I showed you guys this information, it was all leaked, so nobody really, you know, agreed with it because it wasn't official. But coming from the real Call of Duty source, they put out saying, stunning World War II campaign in this game, new Warzone map, and anti-cheat. 20 maps on day 1. New Champion Hill mode, zombies, Treyarch style, and cross everything. Play, progression, and gen. All of this stuff is super duper awesome when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard, and despite any of the situations that are going on with this game, like we all know, skill-based matchmaking is going to be littered throughout this title, but the fact that we are getting 20 maps on day 1, 16 in multiplayer, and then there's going to be 4 elsewhere. I think they're going to be the Champion Hill maps and stuff like that. Maybe they're going to branch out with those style of maps. But still, the fact that we're getting the OG player count of maps is phenomenal. Now, my question is how many of those maps are going to be legitimately new, and how many of those maps are going to be remastered? Now, of course, if they go ahead and put, like, maybe, you know, 10 to 12 different style, you know, original maps, and then the rest are remastered, I'm okay with that. But if they go ahead and they just split it half and half, I don't want that, to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. I love remastered maps, but I want fresh, new content. That's what we need. We need to see something new that's innovative and actually good. That's what happened to all these OG maps. You know, why do you think we see Slums remastered all the time? Why do you think we see Firing Range remastered all the time? Nuketown, and all these different maps out there. Why do you think they come back? Because they were goats back in the day. But we no longer have any goated maps. The developers are too busy remastering all these bangers that they don't have enough time to actually make a new banger, something that maybe 10, 15 years down the road, we might want to remaster that map to come into a future game. But they don't do that anymore. The maps that they've been releasing on day 1 have been absolutely disgusting, and honestly I am a tad bit concerned because it seems like there's been a pattern with launch maps. Both Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War both launched with the most trash maps I've ever seen from both of the development teams. Obviously, as time has gone on, the DLC maps were definitely better. I 1,010% preferred if they took out the base maps out of Modern Warfare and just had the DLC maps along with the remasters, I would be able to play that game 2 to 3 times more than I already did in the past. But because all the base maps were still littered throughout the game, I just didn't want to play it. I truly despise the majority of all those maps, along with Black Ops Cold War maps as well. They were both disgusting. So if we're going to be following the same trend, I don't know if Sledgehammer Games is going to make any good, unique maps like they typically do, because let's be honest here, Sledgehammer Games usually make some frickin' bangers out there. Let's be real here. Not bangers. I don't want to say bangers because they're not that insane, but they're the most reliable map layouts. Okay? No matter what situation, you can hop on a Sledgehammer game and still get a reasonable experience. Call of Duty World War II, for an example. All the maps in World War II are playable. Even Gustav Canyon, one of the biggest maps in the game, is still way more playable than Miami and Piccadilly combined. So Sledgehammer Games has a pretty good track record when it comes to making and producing decent maps that aren't completely awful. You know, they're decent to amazing. They're never that bad though. So if they can continue that track record, then it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see 20 maps come into this game. They're all going to be phenomenal. But again, I am a tad bit worried that the base maps are going to be bad, and then it's going to turn into the DLC thing where all the DLC maps are even better. If it doesn't turn out that way, though, I've got to give them props. Like, seriously. And again, you can hate them as much as you want, but they listened to us. We complained about maps for ages. We complained that the lack of content is killing the game. And here we are. 20 maps on day one. Like, I truly did not think I was ever going to see the day again where we actually saw that number. Along with the new anti-cheat, not only for Warzone, but for the original 6v6 experience, is really good news. Now, we don't know how this anti-cheat is going to perform because at the end of the day, Warzone, it's free to play. It's always going to have issues. A free-to-play game is always going to have issues. But when it comes to the paid experience, I'm very curious to see how this anti-cheat is going to be working because all the time, regardless if it's Black Ops Cold War, Modern Warfare, you can ask anybody who likes to go into larger scale game modes like Combined Arms or Ground War, something of that sort. That's where all the cheaters go to get their massive kill feeds. It's obnoxious, and they are littered across the whole game. Nothing is worse than dying to a cheater in a full $60 paid version of the game, you know? And it's bad enough, like I said, in Warzone, I see them all the time. The first game I hopped on, actually, was it yesterday that the live? Yeah, yesterday when the live event happened. The first game that I got on, I had a cheater in my lobby. The whole chat was going wild. We all confirmed it. It was so obvious, so painfully obvious. So this new anti-cheat system, it's good news. It's good news. We don't know if it's going to do anything good, but at the end of the day, it's a positive for the franchise. So once again, yes, Sledgehammer Games is listening to a lot of the complaints that we've been having all year. We've been complaining about the doors, which are now able to be shot through. I think that the doors have something to do with either Activision or just the engine itself, that they can't remove them from the game. But like I said, at least they're allowing us to shoot through them now. They're trying to fix all the problems that we had in the past with Modern Warfare to the best of their abilities. So they said, screw it. If we can't remove them, then just allow them to be completely shot down. Fantastic news. Along with the maps that we've been complaining about, the anti-cheat, all the cheaters in the game that we've been complaining about all year long. And also another thing here, there's going to be dead silence in Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, I don't know 110% if it's going to be a field order or a field upgrade, whatever they're called, or if it's going to be a legitimate perk. But I have no clue why a leaker would leak this information unless it's going to be a perk, you know? Dead silence is pretty much in every single Call of Duty game, regardless if it's going to be a field upgrade or a perk. So I don't really know why they wanted to leak it because, you know, we obviously know it's going to come into the game, but I think they leaked it because it's going to be returning to its original form on the Modern Warfare engine as a perk. Another phenomenal thing we've been complaining all year long about, very extremely loud footsteps. Oh, why can't I have permanent dead silence? The game would be so much better if I had dead silence. There you go. Dead silence is coming into Call of Duty Vanguard. You see what I'm saying here? Despite the future of this game, despite all the problems that this game is going to suffer from, and the skill-based matchmaking that's going to be implemented into this title, you have to give Sledgehammer a certain amount of respect for actually acknowledging the community, listening to the complaints, and trying their hardest to actually resolve some of the problems that we had with the franchise. Pretty much the whole year, Modern Warfare has been summed up by like 3 tweets by Call of Duty and some leakers. Like, everything, seriously, everything that I possibly hated about that game is being resolved. And remember, back in the day, a lot of us were saying Modern Warfare would actually be good if it was polished off. The engine is phenomenal. It plays perfectly for a Call of Duty game. The only problems were the things that they did with Dead Silence, the mini-map, the map designs, the lack of content. Those things weighed the engine back. So it seems like Sledgehammer Games is trying to take the Modern Warfare formula, but fix all the completely stupid, idiotic things that Infinity Ward tried to add into that game. It's going to be sad to see this game flop, I'm not going to lie, and I know a lot of people are going to say it's not going to flop, but it won't. It's going to make millions and billions of dollars. The campaign is going to sell, the zombies is going to sell, but multiplayer, on the other hand, it's not going to live on. It's going to die. Skill-based matchmaking is going to hit people differently. Nobody's going to enjoy the experience. People are going to be trying to camo grind or rank up their character, rank up their levels, rank up guns, get attachments, get new streaks and stuff like that. People are going to be trying to grind, but the whole time they're going to be versing people who are just, you know, using one weapon, using the meta 24/7, sweating their butts off, and just a casual TDM. It's just going to make the casual grind factor almost unplayable, just unmanageable, and because of that, the game is more than likely just going to die off on the multiplayer side. But still, nonetheless, it's fantastic news to hear Sledgehammer Games actually focus on the community a lot more than Treyarch and Infinity Ward have, and at that point, I gotta say, they're slowly going from my most hated development team to my most loved development team. I'm really excited to see if they're capable of handling a Call of Duty game. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this commentary. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.